We are at the Killarney Art Show in Killarney Provincial Park. Not just anybody could take these and end up with these artistic master strokes. Not just anybody, no, but Danielle Gardner, yes. Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
Could you give us the lowdown on why you chose to break the mold and paint plein air as it is?
I love working on plein air because I find it's a more authentic experience. You're working in the elements from start to finish, from morning till the sun goes down. It becomes a more real experience than when you're working in a studio. When you're working in a studio, you really have to work hard to remember what it felt like to be in that moment, to capture that zeitgeist of that moment. And when you're working on plein air, you don't have to remember anything because you're there and you can feel how you do in that space and about that space. You capture a slice of that space in the painting. I like to work in this long compositional format because I'm interested very much in the trees, in the iconic tree. And your eye leads down in this sort of boom motion from top to bottom in a figure eight composition usually. Keeps the eye traveling around. I like to keep people looking at the art for a while. And I love working with fluid acrylics on a plein air because I don't need any water, and all the water is already in the paint. And these images tend to come out and look like an oil in the end. The product looks like an oil painting, but it's an acrylic painting. That's because of Golden's superior quality. My husband and I measured the half wall in people's houses and measured a 7 by 4 foot structure because we thought they looked like a sort of like a window onto these spaces, these slivers of beauty. And building them out makes the painting worth more money. You have a rasped edge and a fully constructed painting by the artist rather than buying something that came from a craft shop or something. I love using Belgian linen because it's the best thing to paint on. And there's different weaves of linen, and this is the finest quality. And then I gesso and staple, and it sounds like a drum when you're done. And then do those hospital corners. And then I work with underpainted layers. So I start locking in my shapes with stains of various very dark colors, and then I work to the foreground with my lighter colors and bring those in. And I love textures too, and I love creating visual textures with my paintbrush. And I love examining tree bark and finding those shapes and finding different shapes in the tree bark. With this piece here, this is the exit from the cloche at Killarney. Right near where we camp, and I had a lot of children sitting and working around me when I made this, and so it even made it a more special environment because they sat with me all day while I was painting. But I love how the light falls on this particular tree and the rock, and I love the fact that this tree is grown around a rock, and a tree can grow out of anything or nothing. And it's a little like the human condition. You look at the landscape and it reflects the human condition. You look at the scars of how the land has folded and vaulted, how it has formed, and it reflects that beauty within each of us. When we look at a painting, we see ourselves and our experiences mirrored in that landscape. And that's a beautiful thing. And if I can bring that journey to somebody else, that makes me happy.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Slivers of beauty from the artistic mind of Danielle Gardner.